Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new show, Talk of the Toon Worldwide, live on NUFC Talk TV as usual. Um, that was a noise there. I think it offers a noise. Do you have a pair of headphones or something that you might be able to use, maybe? Because I think it was echoing through us. But well, of course, we have a new guest tonight, and hopefully a reoccurring guest from Iceland. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Alfred, how you doing, mate? You doing good?
I'm doing good. How is the sound?
I still hear a little bit of sound, but I mean, it's no big deal if you can't, get it fixed. But first of all, welcome. Of course, you know already Roy in Qatar, Mighty Win in Newcastle, Stephen in Wales. But again, once again, for the first time, Alfred back in Iceland. Unbelievable, man. I would have never thought that we were going to get a mag from Iceland. But so it's pretty cool. And this show and this channel in itself is about that, growing the fan base worldwide, trying to find some of these fans that are from all over the place. You've seen Dom in Malaysia. We might be able to get somebody that's from Singapore that's right now or is it Indonesia? Singapore or Indonesia?
Singapore,
Singapore, right?
Welsh from, but he's in Brussels on
No,
holiday at the minute.
he's in Brussels at the moment, so it would be lovely to get him on. Hopefully, he can get on. But Ofer, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV, and well, tell us a little bit about yourself, mate. I mean, how did you become a Newcastle fan? Give us the whole story, mate.
Yeah, just thank you for inviting me for the show. I started because as a kid I had a team in Iceland that plays also in black and white stripes called KR. They are like the most successful team in Iceland, 27 titles, and
wow.
So I was obsessed with stripes.
You picked a bad team to follow up if you won 27 titles, by the way.
And then I was like Del Piero and Alan Shearer were always my heroes as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember the Euro '96. I'm like born in '88, so I have like memories of Shearer at the Euro, and when you had these Kellogg's images that you could put on your bed with stickers, and there was one with Shearer, and then I remember that when I was going to play football, and my mother asked me to pick a kit, and because all my teams were black and white, so I chose Shearer. And also I think like I always liked being a little bit odd one out because there was always Liverpool and Man United, and I didn't like everyone wearing this red kit all over, so I wanted to stand out, so I chose Newcastle.
Good for you.
That's awesome stuff, man. Awesome. And so yeah, man, all the way in Iceland. I still can't get over it, man. I think that's well for me at least. Even though from the UK, you're right there, really. So it's not far away. But thank you so much for wanting to come on. And like I said, hopefully we can get you on as many times as we can. Well, give me your first thoughts on this season that we just went through. What do you think? What do you think about it? Did the team meet your expectations? How did you assess the whole season thus far?
Well, I mean, as you all know, we are used to a lot of roller coasters through the years as Toon fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, of course, last season was better, but when the dust settles down, I mean, I wanted Europa League or Conference League, but when the dust settles down, I think we can all be kind of happy with top 8, top 7. I think it was, I mean, a lot of injuries and yeah, I think 7 is a good place in my opinion. But of course, I want next season better. But we just have to deal with the squad we have. So hopefully we can get some good signings for the bench, and then we can go back to top 4.
Yeah, man. Hopefully.
Well said.
Well said, brother. All right. Well, actually, do you guys have are you like the only Newcastle fan that you've seen? How are we growing over there? What's the Newcastle
I mean,
scene over there?
some of the teams, because some of the even though the team that is in Iceland with black and white stripes is a bit more like Man United, they still have the same colors. So some people, like in solidarity with the black and white stripes, support Newcastle also. But I think like the most common teams are Liverpool and Man United. But we have a club with 500 people, fan base, and some of them I've been to 2 games myself, and some people have been to quite a lot of games.
Yeah.
So we try
You said you've got 500 Newcastle fans there.
Yeah, 550
Oh, wow.
last time I checked. But
wow.
it's on the Facebook group page. So sometimes, like once we got a guy with a Leicester badge. So I said just in a friendly manner, of course, welcome him, but that it was only to Toon fans. You know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
usually it's a Newcastle fans.
Yeah, man. Well, that's pretty good. That's surprising. That's pretty good.
So your Facebook group is purely a Newcastle Facebook group.
Yes.
And there's 500 Newcastle fans in it.
Yes, but some of them are I think Man United or Liverpool fans spying on us. But I would say 90% is Newcastle fans. I wouldn't trust everyone to be a Newcastle fan in the group, but 90%.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
And you've been over for 2 games, you said.
Yes, once I was living in Denmark and I flight to Ireland first, and then to London and Newcastle because it was the easiest flight ticket, and then I went through Poland like it was in the beginning of the war, and through Poland to Denmark. But last time I just went through Scotland. It was an easier way.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, man. Well, tell us your Facebook group, by the way, so we can,
it's very hard because it's in Icelandic.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, damn, that is true.
Yeah.
But we'll have a link to it. Send me a link to it on the private chat here. The way you said hello to earlier, and
yes,
we'll share it, man.
We'll just write it down.
Yeah, man. When you have a chance.
What's happened?
And I think we'll definitely. Are you on the WhatsApp group?
WhatsApp.
The thing
you
is,
don't have WhatsApp, do you?
The thing is, I got a Chinese phone from my girlfriend, so I've been having troubles with downloading some of the apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me I'm emailing him with the links and things because this Chinese phone won't allow him to download the WhatsApp app.
Yeah. And then it's some letters in Chinese that I don't understand.
Yeah, of course, and of course we got my Malaysian mag here, Dom. So we're representing all basically most continents right now at the moment. So we just need some South American, which I'm working on some Argentinian Toon fans. Unbelievable, man. So I'm working on them. But if we get some Argentinian Toon fans, that means we're gonna have every continent basically.
We've got South Africa
covered.
right here.
Oh yeah, we need Africa too. We need Africa. But yeah, that's the mighty win. The mighty win messed up. Man. Leave him alone. All right. Well, listen, we gotta get into some news. We gotta talk some Toon, man. But the top of the story is that obviously Paul Dummett has been playing the Toon for 20 plus years, obviously since the youth teams, been giving it his all, and certainly criticized for a mistake this season, deservingly so, because he made a mistake as an experienced player. However, that's over. You can't forget that he's been there. He's been a chess piece there at in the squad. He's been a spare tire, you can say. Somebody that you can just put him on. You can count on him most of the times. Had good performances. Obviously, the last one wasn't the greatest. Well, he's played after that one match anyway. But however, we got.
Right, you'll never forgive him for the Everton one.
Yeah,
will you?
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
Wow.
All right. But
if you look at it now, it didn't affect us anyway.
No, it didn't.
We'll still be 7th.
Well, that's right. And
all forgiven.
So Dummett, Ritchie depart ways. It's 3 other players are going as well, which I'm going to get here in a minute. but mainly Matt Ritchie, Paul Dummett, two good servants of the team going away. However, as good as sentimental as that video was and all that, it was great. Deserving that they did that, kind of a tribute to them. It was time. I think we can all agree that it was time. It's time to for certain players to go so we can get some and take over those spots. But let me just get your opinion on those guys. Go around and see what you think. Mighty Wayne, what do you think when it was confirmed today that these players were leaving the Toon?
Yeah, well, it was inevitable. We should have done a bit deadwood clearance last season, and we didn't. But it's absolutely essential this window because we've got to free some bodies, free some spaces, get rid of some wages that we don't need to be paying, and make way for new blood. Simple as. We need, if we are going to go up a level, we need to get rid of the sentimentality and get rid of all of this nonsense of having rebel roses around the dressing room. Anybody who's in that squad has to be ready to step up and do a job in the first team, and that's what we're obviously heading for. Good. I'm pleased to see it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm not grateful for the service we've had from the pair of them.
That's true.
Ritchie even more so than Dummett. He's been far more influential on what we've achieved over the years. But the time has come. The time has come.
That's right. And also just reminding that along with those, goalkeeper Loris Karius, who played a final, and just if we would have won that,
lost one.
If we would have been on, if he would have won that one, he would have been on the books as the goalkeeper to win it, obviously. But we didn't. And also defender Kel Watts and midfielder Jeff Hendrick. So any final thoughts, Mighty Win, on those three players?
Bye.
There you go. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, Roy,
I wouldn't quite say good riddance, but bye.
That's what you want to say. Roy?
Bonani.
So,
with Dummett, I'll never forget that 3-3 against scumbags Man U. It was our relegation season as well.
Yeah,
so we ended up going down that year, but he was great at the championship, and then a few seasons after with Rafa. So he was a good servant for the club, and he played a few games for Wales as well. He actually managed to play for Wales.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot. It is sad when players go, but everyone's going to go at some point. Bruno's going to go. Pope's going to go. So it's their time. Ritchie as well. Loads of good goals. Even this season, he came on and he scored. What was it? 4-4? Was it Luton at home?
Wasn't it?
Yeah. So even
was it Luton? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when he kicked. I think it was that 3-4 seasons ago, when he kicked the corner flag, and it went straight into one of the fans' bollocks. It was great. That I remember. Do you remember that one?
I don't. I remember Ritchie kicking the corner flag.
Ritchie. Yeah, Ritchie, not Dummett, Ritchie. So he scored and he ran and he whacked.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about Dummett. Yeah, I remember Ritchie kicking the corner flag.
Yeah, I think Dummett. I think how many goals scores? 2 or 3. I think. No, I haven't scored many. But Dummett, loads of last second clearance.
The last minute win against Liverpool, I think it was that was the best of the lot.
Yeah. So those Hendrick, I remember his first game. He went and scored, and I thought
that was West Ham away. Hendrick's first game. I thought, oh, hey, we've got a bit of a player here. Yeah, how wrong was I there?
And he had that hair and the beard, and I thought, he looks like Jesus. Look at him. He's fucking great. And then he turned into Alan Smith, and then shit, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
The other two just can't remember much. One cup final on Arsenal for
AG saying they have to go. Target has to go. I think AG saying that he's on 100K a week, which we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about Target in a minute. We got a piece of an article coming out of him, so we're gonna talk about him. But Dom, all the way from Malaysia, man. What do you think about Ritchie and Karius and all these guys? Dummett, of course, leaving the Toon. I mean, I know it's one of those things where you keep saying it. Yeah, we got to get rid of these players. They have to go. Unfortunately, this or some people might be. I'm sure they were mocking these players as well. You never know. Fans are different, come in different types of breeds, but so it might be something that you expect. However, when it happens, it's still a little bit. It's a somber feeling, But what do you think, Dom?
I've only got logical feeling about it, mate. Everyone's been saying that we've got Deadwood to get rid of for seasons, but no one has left. So the fact that four of them are on the way out only means one thing for us, which means that we've got new players coming in. So that's a massively good sign. Think about it, because season in, season out, everyone, okay, let's say for the past 3 seasons, since 2021, everyone is talking about Deadwood, right? Every season, it's always Deadwood this, Deadwood that, right? But no one's actually leaving. They are renewing. They're giving old players 1-year renewals and all that, right? Because there was a sign that no one's coming in. Everyone's hoping at the end of the season, summertime, everyone's hoping we got new players. We have new players. But we end up giving 1-year extensions to old players. But suddenly, out of the blue, the news, 4 players are gone. I mean, sentiments aside, right? 4 players, so-called Deadwood is gone. It only means one thing: new players coming in. And the more players that are on the way out, in theory, means there are more players on the way in. So it's actually a really, really good sign. I mean, like I said, sentiments aside, we can talk about all these sentiments about, one of our own and all that. But the reality is, we've got new fellas coming in, and I'm super excited. So yeah, for me, it's a really good sign. It's one thing to talk about removing Deadwood, and it's another thing to see it happen, right? So yeah, I think it's a massive sign. I'm really excited.
Yep. And I believe Lewis was saying, "Why are we after Weston McKennie?" Well, obviously we're in no position to confirm anything. However, there are 2 reports out there from good websites that are saying that Newcastle could spark a transfer between Newcastle United, Aston Villa, Everton, and a bunch of other clubs, and including Juventus star Weston McKennie, American as well. So, I mean, you guys don't give a damn about that, but I do. But we'll see. It's up for debate. It's good for debate, man. Let's just talk football, But we'll go on with Offer. Offer, what do you think, man? I mean, Dummett's been playing the Toon for a long time. It was meant to be that he was going to play for us, obviously, but it's also meant to be at the end of the season. Him, Ritchie, and along of 3 other players, they just have to go, don't they? Oh, I think you.
Before you're muted.
There you go. He's good.
I thought it was time for Dummett to go a long time ago, because he was he was not at it anymore. I like Dummett a lot, because it's like I like having players that are fans like myself at the team. But yeah, he had to. Ritchie, I thought Ritchie had a good run for a while. So, but I think this season maybe he was not at it. Karius, I wanted to keep. Karius personally, but it's.
Why is that? Because you look like his twin, man.
No,
you know what?
no. But I thought Karius was. I thought he like at Liverpool. I didn't like the way Liverpool fans treated him, because the Champions League final was not his fault, in my opinion. I think Liverpool fans made too much out of.
Right.
He did good when he played for us, in my opinion. Like, but I think Pope is still our best keeper. But I would have wanted, because we need. I think we need a competition for goalkeepers.
Yeah. And I do agree with that. Karius was probably treated. He was not probably treated unfairly, and he carried a stigma. Maybe still does that is not fair. I mean, that happened literally what 8 years ago or something like that. And even then, he had a concussion. So, but fans are brutal, man. Football
And I
fans, yeah.
and I kind of like that he has a little bit more of rugby in him than Dubravka. That he likes to go out and try to get the ball. And I'm more confident when the goalkeeper does that, like he does that, like Pope a little bit, and so I there are traits in him I like, but then he also let in a lot of goals. So all three of them, Dubravka, Karius, and Pope have good things, but they all three have also flaws. So it's very hard to say. Pope is my favorite though of the three of them. I would.
Yeah. All right. Well, Steve, what's going on, mate? And tell us what do you think about this? The 5 players leaving the club today.
Well, Dummett, he's been with the club 23 years. He's done well for us. I think his times he's made a few mistakes, but he's stuck with us. He's one of those players maybe wouldn't have been with us if Ashley hadn't given the contracts out that he did. And that's why Ritchie's been with us for so long. Hendrick came in on a free because at the end of the day, that's what Ashley was after, rather than spending loads of money. He just saw him as a stopgap. Few quids, as a player for free, just paying whatever. He's just a player on the team at the time. Yes, he had a little bit of a reputation, but he was more of a championship player, not a Premier League player. So he didn't play that many games for us. Kel Watts, like I said, he's just small part players. He's just come up from the academy. He was never going to get a permanent first team place. And Karius, I think, was a stopgap again. Because we didn't know what was going to happen with Dubravka at the time after. We don't show if he was going to stay or not, so they brought Karius in, and in the end, Dubravka stayed because we bought Pope. So I do, in a way, I'm glad we got nearly 8 million off our books in wages, so it's worth it at the end of the day. None of those players were going to be potentially Premier League stayers.
That's the thing, because I mean, we say they're on coppers. Well, in Premiership terms, they are, but they're still on 30 grand a week. That's $1.5 million a year. Yeah. And you put four of those together, all of a sudden you're saving a lot of money.
Yeah, well, the 8 million gone with those players.
Yeah.
Kel wouldn't have been on much, but the other 4 would have been on a good whack. So that's money. That's money saved now that we can use elsewhere now.
I'm sure Hendrick's in about 60, isn't he?
Yeah, he was on big money when he first came.
So that's like 30. That's 3 million a year.
The thing is, you think of
40.
There was no transfer fee, so a player will get more money because there's no transfer fee.
Right. You get the fee spread over the contract.
Yeah. So basically, they get a signing on fee. So they got a few $100,000 signing on fee, and then wages. Then, so it's the club wins in a way. But the thing is that Ashley, as I said, with contracts out. As we said, Ryan Fraser, he will be signed by Slabs this year. We're going to get maybe a 5-figure sum for him. Don't know how much exactly, but he'll be another one that's off the books. So that's another lot of money saved as well.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, listen, it's all for the good of the club that these guys are going. So we'll just have to move on, and it is what it is. So okay, let's talk about something that's really important in this moment in time. Goal.com.
Can I just say something, Chris? What's really important this moment of time just happened. Believe it or not, Olympiacos have beaten Atlanta in the Champions League. In the Conference League.
In the Conference League. Olympiacos
1-0.
Now that's massive, man.
That's
Olympiacos.
so
Amazing.
all these big name Atlanta players, some of which we are after, of course, Edison in particular, they've gone out to Athens and shut their pants.
Yeah, that's
That's
terrific. Good for
massive,
them.
massive turn.
Olympiacos, man, they will join Greece in being winning any Greek team that wins anything. It seems like it's every now and then, but when it happens, everybody talks about it. When they won the Euros and well, I can remember Mourinho winning the Champions League with Porto. It's like it happens every once in a
There'll be
while.
some parties good. There'll be some
Oh,
Uzo drunk in
yeah.
Greece.
Oh
Can you
yeah.
remember those parties in Greece, Roy?
Panani.
Now pizza panani from Greece.
Because there's one thing that they do know how to party in Greece.
Hell yeah.
There'll be a few plates getting smashed.
Oh man,
Who's
that's
you?
why you got.
My grand-
You always got to have a crazy friend like Roy and have
I wish I had a crockery factory.
yeah. You gotta have a crazy friend like Roy to
Hell yeah.
make the party. You gotta have a good looking friend like Alfred to get all the ladies in the room. You know what I'm saying? The club. So man, we got the good, and we already. Yeah, I can tell Dom, he is a partier, man. He looks down there in the corner, man.
He looks like a whiskey drinker.
He looks dangerous. Dom looks dangerous down there, man.
Whiskey sour.
I like a whiskey drink. I like a cider drink.
You ever had? You know who he is? You know who Dom is? Mr. Child from the Hangover. I'm telling you, man. I guarantee you that's him. If you ever watched the Hangover movie, I guarantee you that's dude. This dude is going. I'm telling you, you got to be careful when you take Dom if you take him out. But anyways, let's keep moving on. Something that's really important in the Toon right now, obviously, is that according to Goal.com, PSG jumped back in because they were away, according to some sources before they pulled away from Bruno Guimaraes. But according to these people right here, PSG are ready to battle Man City and Arsenal for £100 million Bruno Guimaraes signing as French giants look to replace a midfielder that didn't work out for him, which is Manuel Ugarte. They are giants. I mean, in their perspective country, and certainly got money for it. So they actually have the money to pay Bruno whatever he wants, and that's a big advantage, to say the least. But I mean, what do you guys think? This is, by the way, according to Le 10 Sport. It's LE10 Sport. And so PSG are already considering parting ways with defensive midfielder Ugarte, as I said. And sporting director Luis Campos has included two high-profile names. One of them is Bruno Guimaraes, and the other one is Joshua Kimmich. So what do you guys make of this? I mean, we're going to be dealing with Bruno's drama all transfer window. I guarantee you, up until the end of the last minute, we're going to be dealing with it. But another big club jumping in. What do you think, Mighty Win, on this situation? I mean, this is something to be expected, or do we need to freak out? The more clubs that get added.
There's only one thing will decide where Bruno is at the start of next season, and that's Bruno. If he wants to go, he'll be away. If he wants to stay, he'll stay.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. I don't even worry about it because there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to go, he'll go. I hope he wants to stay. All the signs are that he does. So let's hope he stays. But if he goes, we've got 100 million to play. Well, I think more than 100 million to play with.
150.
Well, that's what I think. Obviously losing him is a difficult thing, but that kind of money, man.
Nobody's irreplaceable.
That's proper money right there, man. You can go get Kimmich.
Exactly.
The 100 is up to before the end of June. After the end of June,
yeah,
that's when the club can put the price, so people get more money for him.
As I say, there's only one guy who'll decide what happens to Bruno, and that's Bruno.
Yeah, but 100 million starts it, though, doesn't it? At the end of the day, it's
that's it. And by the way, that is only to a club outside the Premiership.
Yeah.
So
In
it's
the
really,
they've got to be outside the Premiership and they've got to be in the Champions League. And if, for example, City are interested in, well, there'll be a bidding war.
Yeah.
Not necessarily so much for the transfer fee, but certainly for how much they're going to pay him. And like I say, the only guy that's going to decide is Bruno, so I'm not losing any sleep over it.
Yeah. Okay.
same here. Yeah.
Dumb.
Me, I genuinely don't really care. I genuinely don't really care because the honest reality is, if Bruno wanted to go, if he really wanted to go and play for City, sit on the bench and win a couple of trophies, and he doesn't want to stay with the Toon, play for us and help us grow, I don't want him either. So I don't care about media, and I especially don't care about French media. So if Bruno wants to go, he can bloody well go, right? Because I think one of the greatest things I've ever heard our management talk about was how we want players who want to stay with us. We want players who want to play for the badge, stay with us, help us grow, right? If a player comes in and they find it to be a small stepping stone to fucking Manchester City's bench, they can go right ahead. I don't really care, because if that's what they want, then they're not for us. And even if we do keep them in, we know we bribe them, we give them extra wages to keep them on for another season or two. They're not going to play with their hearts. It's not going to be 100% in it. Right now, for the past 2 seasons, right? For all the criticism for Trippier, for his dip in form and all that, Trippier played for the badge, Bruno played for the badge, right? Every game in and out, we've seen passion, we've seen genuine passion coming from them, right? So if they don't want to play for the badge anymore, I'm not interested in keeping them, right? And if you can get good money for them, why not, right?
Well, I
But
mean,
anyways, wait. Since we're talking about Bruno, look at this. Look at my Bruno t-shirt.
Look
My Bruno t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't show you anymore
No.
because I might get banned. But
No. Welcome 12, man. He's in Brussels right now, right?
Yes, hi Chris. Yes, I'm in Brussels now. It's midnight.
Yeah, man. But you're
You
from
managed to
Singapore.
get back to the hotel safely anyway.
Hey, man.
Oh
He
yeah,
just got back
I
from the
actually
club,
just,
man.
finished my dinner. It's a very late dinner.
Don't lie,
Are you-
12. You know you just came back
You're
from
on
the club.
vacation though. You're not on business, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on business first, and after that on vacation. So I'm
All right.
traveling around. I just came back from Amsterdam and Germany, and I went visit Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund Stadium tour.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that a fellow
let's go
Southeast
even
Asian?
better.
That's an amazing
Yeah.
club. That.
but I after visiting Dortmund, I think Newcastle Stadium is still one of the better one.
Yeah, man. That's cool, man. But what do you think
Numero
about
uno.
what do you think about Bruno, man? You know, people. I mean, he's certainly a top player. I'm not. Listen, I'm not like certain fans that just get mad because people want our players, or that they'll just go and rant on Arsenal fans or on PSG fans because they want. I mean, that's a good thing that those clubs want our players. That's a
Yep.
great thing. So I'm not mad at those fans. I mean, and listen, we there's a reason why we have shows, man, so we can talk about what's going on. We can't just shut it down and say, well, screw the rumors, and we'll come back. We'll do a show once a month or every, at the end of every transfer window. We got to keep things interested. So, but 12, what do you think about Bruno, man?
Of course, I would like him to stay, but I think every player have a price. So I think we know for sure he's not gonna stay for us for like 10 years. It's a matter of time that he will gonna leave us. And I think we are all in the world of the financial fair play. So I think if they meet the price and we are able to use the money to invest to buy a few more players, and we can pick a few more Bruno, then I think probably it's time for us to to let him go at the right price, definitely.
Yeah.
Well said.
Bruno's Magic. What happened to Paul and DX? Man, they're this is the talk of this is the Toon Talk worldwide. So we got to bring people from all over the world. They're off tonight, but you should see him tomorrow. Paul has been busy with work and stuff, and DX is in Poland. So look at that. He should have joined. I mean, it fits. It
Yeah,
fits
he can
the
be our
purpose.
Polish guy.
He can be our Polish guys, man. Come on. But yeah, no, Paul and DX are certainly taking some time off, well-deserved time off. All right. Well, I guess you guys didn't give a damn about my. We got to go with Ulfer. Ulfer, what do you think about Bruno, man? What are your thoughts?
I think he's staying for sure. I mean, why would he want to go to PSG now? He has, in my opinion, he has. I mean, of course, he would win things in PSG. And PSG, I'm not going to talk bad about PSG. They're the most successful club in France. But he will always be a local hero in Newcastle, and he will never be a hero like that in Paris. So I think he will stay. I'm 99% sure. He's a Newcastle fan now. I think the way he behaves, he would never want to himself, at least.
Well, a few people in the comments commented that Bruno said that he tweeted that he's a Toon fan. He's not going anywhere. Is that right? Because
I've not seen it.
No, the tweet was like see you in 24, 25 or something like that.
Well,
and he called Alan Shearer the boss. I mean, if he calls Alan Shearer the boss, I mean that sounds like, if he speaks nice about Kikan or Shearer, that sounds like a Toon fan to me.
Yeah, man. Kim Cam is saying my grandson Brody is a Toon supporter. He's saying hello to all of you. Love you all. Well, thank you so much, Kim Cam. I appreciate your support as usual. And shout out to Brody. I hope it's Brody, not Brody. Bro, I'm always bad. I'm bad with last names, man. I'm horrible with last names. No, Bruno's Magic Hat. No, Paul and DX are still on the channel, man. They're still. This is Toon Talk Worldwide. And they're off tonight, so nobody's left the channel, brother. Nobody at all. All right, so okay, I guess we gotta move on because you guys didn't care about that. Okay, so now this came up as well, and of course, amidst I don't want to keep going back to the Australia game, so we're not going to do that. But according to the Athletic, that was one of the big reasons, maybe, as to why this report has come out, and maybe they have information, obviously, that we don't. But the Athletic, well-known source, is reporting that Newcastle United could consider selling forward Garang Kuol in the upcoming transfer window. 19 years old, Australian. I guess he could have had the opportunity to showcase his talent against he did a little bit against Tottenham and the other guys, the all-stars, the fellas from Australia. I think he still needs another season, man. He's 19 years of age. What is the rush? But mighty win. You were critical of that team. He played in that team that lost 8-0. I don't want to get back to the analysis of that game, but I want to talk about Garang Kuol. Does he deserve a spot in the Toon squad, or maybe loan him? Maybe that could be an option. So, what do you think?
Well, firstly, I wasn't critical of the team.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. Don't
No. I said it was men against boys, which is exactly what it was. Men against boys. And you can't expect boys to perform against seasoned veteran men, top of that profession, and get a result. Was never going to happen. Garang Kuol, I think he's the way he's been handled since he's come here has been abysmal. I could understand sending them to Hearts because there was 2 Aussies already there. So they thought maybe he was going to go and, they would help bet him in. But he barely got a game there. And I think this is down to Shola Amiobi, and his loan tactics. But, we're so enough but to sign him in the first place. So he's obviously got something. Let's give him another chance. He's not costing a fortune. Give him another chance somewhere else. Get him out on loan somewhere decent, somewhere in the Championship maybe. And let's see what he can do there. Because if he can't do it in the Championship, then he's not going to be any good to us. It's not like he's a baby. He's 19 now. You know, he's going to be 20 by the end of next season. So that's what I reckon.
All right. Well, first of all, before we continue, thank you so much to. I got to scroll down. First of all, AG, you know, one of our great mods, giving £5. Thank you so much, mate. Saying, hey, Brody, from all the mags. Appreciate you. Kim Cam, there you go. Thank you so much, AG, for that support, man. You know, we feed off those donations, brother. Appreciate that. And of course, Mighty Mag, I know our other mag, gifted a membership away, and it has gone to Kenneth. How do you say his name? That sounds KJAER, but the A and the E are like fused together. So
that's Scandinavian then.
That there you go. So that could be Icelandic, maybe. That could be
how was the name again?
Kenneth KJAER, but the A and the E are like together. Like
sounds like Norwegian or Swedish, maybe.
Yeah, man.
One of your administrators. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you got somebody watching in then.
No.
Probably. I hope so. I will send them a link at least. We had one Icelandic in the Steve Wraith one on YouTube.
Steve Wraith.
Yeah.
All right.
NUFC matters. Yeah, I will send you guys you guys here if you haven't already subscribed. I think maybe 12 or Dom. If you're not subscribed, I'll kick your ass, man. And of course,
I'm not.
Boy,
I'll get to it.
I'm sending you the link right now, so you can watch it. So you can subscribe and keep tabs. So thank you so much, Mighty Mag, and thank you, AG as well for that. Thank you so much. So Garangul, I said it backwards. Roy, what do you think, mate?
Well, he was like a wonder kid a couple of years ago when he played for Australia in the World Cup, and I thought, wow, he looks like a shadow of what he had. So I don't know, either get rid of him now or do the right thing and send him to the right clubs to develop him. So if you're sending him to a Scottish team that depends on long balls and crappy football, he's never going to improve. So you either send him to a right club where he's going to develop, or keep him with the first team and see how it goes, or sell him. So I'll leave that with them. But he wasn't. We did completely the wrong thing with him. So he hasn't developed. He's actually gone backwards. He looked back. His legs look skinny,
and he was not confident.
Yeah, he's lost it. So I mean, in the World Cup, I remember he almost scored against Argentina in the last minute of the game, and that would have knocked Argentina out of the World Cup in a group stage. Imagine that, and Argentina ended up winning it, and it was Martinez who saved the ball. So he's gone from that level to you just can't get a game to anyone.
Yeah,
let's see. Yeah.
And Foxy is saying what championship club would seriously take Wall right now? He's had two good loans with opportunities, but he hasn't taken his chance. Other players outperformed him. No excuses.
Where was he though? San Marin was the other club.
Hearts. Wasn't it?
I would see him at Grimsby or something like that, like a little lower level. Try to see how he would do like that.
He needs to go somewhere to a club that plays for his strength and similar to our football. Not like hoof the ball team and football. Hoof it merchant club. Nah.
Not a lot of cool love in the chat.
No, not at all, man. Matt Thompson saying Koal is crap. He was a super sub in Australia, which is a very ordinary league. We bit the bullet way too early on him.
Is he Australia Fred too?
No, because
is he like Freddie Adu? Similar to Freddie Adu story?
No, I don't remember.
Similar to which story?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Freddie Adu, the American Ghanaian.
Oh yeah,
American lad,
Freddie.
yeah.
Ah.
The next Pele.
Come
That's
on,
what I
man.
was supposed.
But
Yanks, man.
or the Brazilian was
He-
it Kennedy? Kennedy? Or
No, Kennedy's
Yeah,
different. We
Kennedy.
got
No,
Kennedy from
Kennedy was
Chelsea.
all right. We got
He
Kennedy
wasn't.
from
He wasn't
Chelsea,
a
went
wonder.
Look at the old man, touch his player, man. Kennedy was all right. Thank you so much, our brother Andrew Bell, for giving a membership away. It's going to Spirit Universe. So thank you so much, mate. Appreciate that. All right. So, well, Garan Cool, man, we just have to see what's going to happen with him. I mean, look, 19 years old, still got a lot of time though. You can give him some time, but that's the thing though. When
What
these
do you
players
reckon,
play,
Dub? You were shaking your head a bit.
About Cole?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it was a decent gamble because he's at the time when we bought him, he was really, really young. He had a good run out, like exactly what Roy said. He had a good run out on the World Cup, right? I thought he was a good prospect to buy, and I also agree 100%. These are not my words. I 100% agree. We could have done better in his development. I don't really fancy the Scottish leagues. I don't know if I'm going to get slack for this, but I don't really fancy the Scottish leagues. I think the Dutch leagues were a great training ground. Minte is thriving because of that. I don't think Cole had the right development, but at the same time, we took a gamble, a affordable gamble on a potential future star. It didn't work out. It happens. Well, it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna give Cole too much shit. I mean, but the fact is, the first time I saw him play in our shirt was in the Tottenham and the 0-8 game, right? And you can see. I mean, one thing is obvious, right? I don't know anything about football, man. I'm a crappy football player. I'm not really a football coach or anything. I don't even play Football Manager, mate. But if you watch him play in those two games, he's not confident. You can see in the face, you can see in the body language, he's not confident. And I took one look at him. I was like, I don't think he's even close. He's not even ready for our youth team. Even our youth team players had more confidence than him. I mean, they didn't do too well, but body language wise, they look much better than him. You could put him in any team right now, and I think he doesn't have the he doesn't have the confidence right now. So either we build his confidence somewhere, okay, before we consider bring him back, or we offload him. I mean, that's what I think. Yeah, Diallo, even like the comment just now, even a regular player like Diallo was much more confident. So
well, he was the pick of the bunch, wasn't he, in a poor side?
Yeah. All right.
What about you, Steve? Where do you stand on Cole?
Now, when he first came in, we knew when we got him, he was going to go out on loan. I can see the reason of sending him a Hearts, as you said, the two Australians. Because, when he was with the Australian team, 18 games he played, he scored 6 goals. So the club must have saw something in him. As you said, he was Australian international, under 23s, 22s, under 20s, sorry. And he played well. So they must have saw something. But as I said, sent him to Hearts, sent him backwards. Even going to the Dutch league, the team they sent him to, I still didn't think they were the right team to send him to. We sent him.
So would you persist with him?
I'd give him another year somewhere else, but somewhere where he's actually going to get football and he's going to get development. You can't just send him there to sit on the bench and do whatever. It's either that or we bring him into the club, stick him in the academy and work with him there. Either way, he needs to get game time.
Yeah, that's right.
What about you, 12?
Even if it means playing the under 21s.
12, what about you?
Yeah, I think football is also mixed with business. So probably buying him is also just a gamble to see whether he can do well, and eventually, if time is right, then you can cash him in. Probably I don't think he can fetch much money. So selling him, probably I don't think we can gain much benefit. But probably give him 1 or 2 season. But definitely he need to probably play more. He need to get more game time, and probably I think championship will be a very good fit for him if there's any clubs want to take him, because I think championship provides a lot of grounding and fundamentals for the players, and I think it's quite intensive because of the number of games that they have, and I'm quite sure that he will have more chance to play. Even if he doesn't fit into the first 11, he definitely have more chance to play as compared to Scottish League where he sit on the bench. So, but we're not sure whether any championship club will want to take him. Probably at a lower tier club may consider him. Yeah.
I think Premiership's out the window.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna move on. We gotta talk about Matt Target. So, according to The Athletic, once again, Newcastle United will consider offers for Matt Target in the summer transfer window. The 28-year-old left back joined Newcastle, obviously from Aston Villa, initially on loan in January 2022, I believe, and then later made obviously his permanent move. The biggest elephant in the room is that he's on 100K a week, and some people don't want to believe that he is, but he is. So there's no debate in that. That's a lot of money for PSR issues. A lot of money. So it's gonna be tough as well because number one, doesn't look like he's gonna have much of playing time because you bring in Lloyd Kelly, you got Lewis Hall. I mean, where is he gonna play? Also, subtly, nobody talks about him like this, but he's made of glass. He keeps getting hurt. All season he's been hurt. So that's another thing. And on top of that, he's obviously makes a lot of money, which makes things harder to get rid of him. But is this even feasible? Should we expect this move anytime soon? I mean, there could be negotiations between him and the club can tell him, listen, you're not going to play. So if you value your career, you might want to move, might want to help out, find a club, and essentially make the move that way. Mighty Win, you've always been, you don't even like talking about this because you think he's going to stay because contracts, this and that. He's got a contract, so it is what it is. You think he's your idol. You got a tattoo of him because he scored one goal and all that. But I think he needs to be moved.
Target scored a goal. When did Matt Target score a goal?
Well, I'm sure he scored once. Anyways,
No, I don't think so. He's had a few assists.
I can't remember Matt Target scoring a goal.
But anyways, what do you think about him?
I think we've obviously got to get somebody who's prepared to pay more than £5 million for him, because he's currently costing us £5 million a year. Wherever he goes, he's not going to get 100 grand a week. He's going to be looking to get 40 grand a week. So we're going to have to pay. He's got a 3-year deal he signed, wasn't it, I think? So that 3-year deal is 15 million quid in wages. If somebody's only going to pay a third of that, we've got 10 million to find. So somebody would have to pay 10 million pounds for him, for us just to break even. But at least if we do break even, if we get 10 million for him, pay off his wages, at least that's then 5 million a year that we've then got to spend on somebody else.
I would sell him for zero. So I'll put him up for sale.
But if we sell him for zero, it's going to cost the difference between what he's going to earn in his next contract and what we have to pay him, because otherwise he's not going to move.
Yeah, but whoever buys him will be like, yeah, I'm getting him for zero. I'll give him with 100 a week. And they'll sign him for 2 years or something.
Well, that's negotiation. So yeah, that would be utopia. Yeah. If you could do that, that would be utopia. Personally, I would sell him for 10 million, give him the 10 million in wages and get him off the books, because that's then 10 million a year that we've got to spend on somebody else.
Right.
Well, if you get him for 10 and then give him the 10, that's a 0. So it's the same thing. So just sell him for 0.
No,
And
no,
then the
no.
other club pays him
That puts us at
Wait.
0 instead of minus 10 million if he stays.
Yeah. So I think my gut feeling, we're stuck with him.
No,
Let's see.
well, I actually think he wants to play football as well.
Well, then that means that he might want to negotiate a contract, a way out.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there
So
we go.
if we can get 6 million and he's prepared to take a drop, etc., 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 it's all swings and roundabouts. But he, again, a bit like Bruno, the ball's in his court.
Yeah.
Does he want to play football? Does he want to stop here, fight for his place
Well,
against Hall, potentially Kelly?
well, but it's
Even with the centre backs we're signing, potentially
no, but
against Dan Burn.
It's not the same thing because Bruno, and everybody wants Bruno. Nobody wants Target. That's the problem. You pay any club will pay Bruno whatever he wants.
It's the same as Bruno in that he's the only one that's going to make the decision.
Well, yeah, or he doesn't play, which is detrimental to his career.
So he sits on the bench and gets 100 grand a week.
Yeah, but
well, that's a punishment.
Detrimental. Well, yeah, it is now, but he's not going to be retired anytime soon. I would assume that he wants to play, meaning he might want to look.
Me too.
Might want to worry about his career because if it sits out a year already with the contract that he has, then he might as well call it off and say, "This is my last team. I'm playing my last contract," because nobody's going to get him. But let me go from the bottom up. Alfred, what do you think about Target, mate? And this whole situation. It certainly wasn't the smartest thing to do, but it's already done. So what can you do?
I actually, when Target came, I was actually very excited when we were fighting against Aston Villa to get him. I actually thought he was quite a prospect. Like he was among Trippier, one of the most exciting signings we made. It looked very good when we bought him.
Yeah.
And the first season, actually, I thought he had some good games, but I don't know what happened, but maybe confidence or something, but he hasn't been the same player like the first season. And then I don't know if we can get out of him what we got out of him before he got injured.
No, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but all right. Well, 7, 12. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, I do agree with Alpha that actually first season I'm quite excited to have him. It's definitely an upgrade from our previous left back. At some point of time, I think most point of time when he plays at the early seasons, I think he still is a better left back than Bird. So, but I think things have changed since Target injured. So with Luis is getting more game time. I think he's getting more confident. And we have Burn, we have Luis. And if we're going to get Kelly, I think probably they're going to ship him out because if not, we're having a two-man left back unless he can play centre back, which is something like what Paul Dummett do. So we shall see. I'm not sure whether he can get his form back. Yeah, probably. I think he can still probably play until around 31. So he probably 31, 32. So I think probably he can still have some time depending whether we can get new players.
Yeah, that's true. Dom?
Yeah. No, I've got a whole bunch of comments, man. We don't have the time for this. Firstly, just to address, a whole lot of I've read here and online as well a bunch of comments about Target, okay, about talking like he's a waste. But have we forgotten when we were struggling, when we were almost dying? I mean, Target came in on loan. He was a revelation. He was a revelation for us, and he did really, really well. He did really, really well until he's injured. It's not like he was totally fit and he had a drop in form. He literally was injured, and after that, he didn't have any playing time. So saving money aside, if you're talking about money, then yeah, then there's a different consideration. But if you're talking about just purely on the player, he was a revelation when he came in. Everyone loved him, and he saved us a bunch of times as well, right? Then he turns out he got injured, and And to even say that he didn't rediscover his form is not really, because he didn't really have the chance to come in, because by the time he was about to come back, there was Burn in left back. Right? Even when Hall came in, Hall didn't have a chance to play for some reason, right? So I don't think it's any disrespect to him. I fully appreciate Target when he came in and for what he did for us. I mean, we can talk about his wages, yes, but in terms of a player, he did us good. He did us really, really good. And
well, when he came back, he was trying to get into what was the best defense in the league.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So it's a bit tough to slag off on his on him as a player, right? So I think it's unfair to say a bunch of things about Target, because Target was a massive servant for us in a short period of time. I mean, if anyone disagrees, then they obviously forgotten what it was like to be under Bruce, right? From 21 onwards. I think he's done as well as he could before he got injured, and I appreciate that tremendously. Don't forget that the last minute winner against Leicester was it he passed to Willock, then Willock assisted for Bruno's last minute winner against Leicester, the 2-1.
Yeah,
right?
the header. Yeah,
I mean,
the header.
There was just one example. Target did massively for us. So I mean, everyone's welcome to their opinion, but I wouldn't disrespect Target at all, right? I thought
No,
Target was brilliant. I love him, but like logically, if it's going to be made of glass, then either he doesn't have much of a role, or hear me out. Since Ritchie and Dummett is leaving, right? Target could be our new Ritchie or Dummett. He could be like,
That,
he
but yeah,
could
but
be
that's
just like that.
that's a very expensive leader. Locker room leader.
No, fair. Like I said, fair enough. I mean, be
Yeah,
as it may.
We're paying the money anyway.
Yeah,
We're paying the
that's
money
true.
anyway, and if he's fit, if he does get fit, he's going to be a great player off the bench. He's going to be a great team player, right? A great rotation player. So I think I think for Target it's a wait and see. I don't see a reason to quickly sell him yet, because if he can get fit, I think he can do a thing or two for us. He may not be world class, but I think he's more than decent rotation player. And right now we're not exactly we don't exactly have the world's players like lining up to join Newcastle, right? So we have a decent servant of the club. I mean, it's okay for now, right? Anyways, that's what I think.
Yeah, that's right. Steven?
I agree with Dom, most of what he said. But when we bought Matt Target, it was the same as when we bought Woods. Stopgap for a bit, a low-price player. Make sure we've got the player for defence and, like Woods striker. They were never seen as permanent squad members for more than 2 or 3 years, because when the club got took over, they know that in a few years they'll be spending more money on big players, so he's never going to be the number one. So, as you said, now with Dummett going and Ritchie going, he's basically, don't even them going, doesn't matter. He's still going to be third, fourth choice to come in to get on the pitch in defence. So, okay, if we can't get rid of him, he's just going to be a sub if needed. If not, he's just going to sit there unless somebody comes in and wants to buy him.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, we've got to be careful that if we let players go, we've got to make sure we've got players coming in, because we still need the amount of defenders. We struggled with defence this season with injuries. We're okay in midfield, but then strike force, we were same again. We were not enough. So we got to make sure that we're buying before we sell.
All right. We got to move on to the next rumor, and it is because obviously what we put on the thumbnail, we got to talk about that. We can't skip it, because if not, that's clickbait, and we don't want to clickbait, right, Roy? Anyways, Weston McKennie, U.S. international, American lad, played in some good clubs, by the way. He was playing Leeds, obviously, but I mean Leeds is a big club, but obviously not been great as of late. Could have been promoted, didn't get the job done. But However, let me see who's reporting this. Again, it's on goal.com. Thank you so much, Ian Fleming, for for the nice super chat, mate. Appreciate you. By the way, Ian ordered his shirt. You can order your merchandise on the website. You can scan the code right there, or you can just go to NUFCtalk.tv after the show. Order. There's some cool stuff. Hell's Uzar as well. He ordered something. I believe Ian ordered. It's all. It's a black and white till I die or something like that. I think it was him or Hell's Uzar. But they order, there's a lot of stuff. So go on and check it out. Check out the merch and of course order your stuff. So Ian, it should be going soon, as well as Sean's order. And thank you so much for the £5 super chat. He says, just want to say loving the show, guys. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. There it is. Thank you. Tiger Studios made it. There you go. Says evening, lads. The good thing about Tiger Studios is season's over. He doesn't start with with Eddie Howe out as usual. But I'm sure he will next season. All right, Weston McKennie. I mean, it's he is a talented player, but certainly been up and down throughout this season. How many Americans have we had in the Toon play before? Anybody know?
4 that I can think of.
Who was that?
I think
Gooch.
one.
I only got
Gooch,
one.
The Gooch.
Yeah,
No,
I think it's one.
at the centre half with a weird name that went to Fulham.
How about Yetlin?
Yeah, Gooch and Yeho.
Oh yeah, Yedling is the only one that I knew.
Yedlin and,
what did you say
Yedlin
there,
and
Roy?
Gooch and Yeho, who went to Milan, and then we had Yedlin. That's it too.
Yeah.
No.
We're Alfred. I think your phone is dying, my brother. But so I guess we're gonna have to.
And Andy Parkinson, 1979.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And
well,
Kenzie, I never said Target. Target, man.
Three.
Target.
So
But
that's
anyways,
three.
Alfred's got to go because his phone is dying. But you gotta get a new phone, man. You gotta stop using those Chinese phones.
Ulva, thanks for coming on, mate.
Yes, thanks.
Alfred,
Always
I appreciate you, my friend.
Apple
We'll
phone.
definitely
Yes.
we expect you next week, man. Don't let us
Yes,
down.
I will be on the same time, same place next week.
Same
Show,
time,
show,
same place,
show us
brother.
the midnight sky where you are.
Yeah. Well,
That's the midnight sky.
That's
folks.
unbelievable.
Hey.
Are you kidding me?
That's
That
midnight.
looks like 7 a.m. where I am, man.
That's midnight in Iceland. Unbelievable.
Are you
Unbelievable
kidding
stuff.
me?
And in the-
Unbelievable stuff.
in
All
the
right,
north,
man.
the Westfjords, even less.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming
Right.
on, bro. And
Thanks for
Catch
having
you
me.
next time.
we'll get
Away
you
the
next.
lads.
See you, man.
Away the
How-
lads.
Away the lads.
Lads.
Yeah.
See you, Alpha.
School.
Cheers. Cheers, man. All right, that was all for man. Awesome stuff. We're definitely gonna get him next week because it was top class today. But Weston McKennie, let's talk about him. Well, look, I mean, he's talented. Played at Juventus for a while. That mean, it's a big club, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in Italy, which is not no farmers
He's
league.
I think he's the koala of Juventus.
Well, well, there you go.
That's what's
Shout out to Michael McIntyre
That's what's happened.
for showing up, and Queen of Heart saying just want to add all of my merch, and I was completely satisfied. See, she got all her merch and she was completely satisfied. Thank you so much, the Queen of Heart, and of course
Love you, Queenie.
her the shirt is going. I think you got matching shirts, don't you, for you and your brother? Yeah, which is awesome. I think she said that he lives overseas somewhere. Which I know where, but I don't want to say
Has
too
Hoof the
much.
Twat
of
been
her
selling
business.
good?
Like one, I think. Not a lot of people
One.
want to walk around with Hoof the Twat on the shirt, man. Come on.
Maybe change.
We gotta put it on the
A.
cup. We gotta put it on the cup. We gotta put
Yeah,
it
I
in the
think
cup.
and the mug is better. But maybe change the A to an at.
Hey, look at this. South African Max.
Max. Come on,
South
man. Get
African
on the
Max,
show.
Man, that's proper. Dan Byrne is our favorite player in Cape Town 33. Thank you so much, South African Max. You want to make it on the Talk of the Toon worldwide?
Visit the
reach out.
website. Visit the
Visit the
website. Drop your details and we'll get you on.
NUFCtalk.tv or on Twitter, NUFC Talk TV. You can find us. All the links are in the description. So reach out And yeah, send us a message, man. We can get you on here, and you can talk. Look, real South Africans coming on the chat, man.
Bafana, Bafana.
There you go. Okay, so again, Weston McKennie, folks. We gotta talk about Weston McKennie. So,
But
what
by
do you
the way,
think?
12, do you have to get away? Because I know you were just going to come on for a while. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. I
Well,
probably I need to peel off because it's 1 a.m. now over here. I got a morning flight to catch tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds
Oh,
good, man. Okay, no
well,
big deal, no big deal. We'll get
if you
you.
need
Yeah.
to go,
Nice catching
Thanks
up
for-
with you guys.
All right, man.
thanks for coming on, pal.
Hopefully, we'll see you soon, brother.
Thank you.
Take care, man.
Okay, ciao.
All right. Well, it sounds good. Again, now Weston McKennie for the fourth time. Let's talk about him, please. And stop interrupting me. Let's get to it. What do you think about him? I mean, again, talented player. We're gonna get into his stats here in a minute. But yeah, just give me your opinion. What do you think? Mighty win.
No, nothing about him.
Well, there you go. Right here, you'll know. I can't believe you don't watch international football, man. What's wrong with you?
I actually saw him live.
Yeah, 25 years old.
I don't
25
watch
years
Leeds,
old.
that's for sure.
25 years old, from Texas, but that's irrelevant. Central midfield. So he could be like he could definitely be an improvement on Longstaff. I'll tell you that. He could play on that side, quick player. And so, but look, I mean, I don't know. Maybe to be a squad player. Maybe it's a squad player.
We don't need him.
Damn, man.
We've
No,
got 7.
no
got
American
7.
love
Well,
here,
according
man.
to goal.com, he could spark a transfer battle.
Yeah, between
Transfer battle between Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Everton. Apparently, we're all after him.
I think
There you
if
go.
we sell Longstaff, then yep.
Again,
can
midfield.
Everton-
Why do we need a midfield player? We've got 7.
Well,
Yeah, we
but
don't-
I'm
we don't,
saying,
yeah.
but he could be a squad player, man.
Yeah, we
People
got 7.
act as if we just have 11 players.
We've got
No,
7.
We have
Squad,
7.
squad.
We play 4-3-3. So we've got 3 that we're gonna use.
We've
We've
got
got 4.
7 players
can't get
to
a
fill
game.
3 spaces.
Who are the 4?
The 4 are Longstaff,
He
Miley,
played better than
Willock,
Longstaff.
Anderson.
Who's the other one? Anderson and who?
Anderson, Willock,
Miley,
Longstaff,
Anderson.
He's more consistently. He plays often than Willock because Willock's always hurt, and he's a better player than Longstaff. So
yeah, I'll say
what are we
if
saying
we sell
here?
Longstaff, maybe bring him in.
Why did Juventus let him go?
Because no good.
So
enough.
man, so according to you, only legends play because only legends stay in their club forever. I mean, the people just go,
No,
man.
no.
There's no why did Juventus letting them go? They're
I-
letting
I
go
don't-
Allegri for God's sake. The only club that's won them.
What I'm saying is, if he's not good enough to play for Juventus, why should he be good enough to play for the Toon?
But you can say that about anybody. Literally.
Yeah, you can't say that about anybody.
So what are we doing? I mean,
He's
doesn't mean he's a bad player. It's the same thing. You
No, I'm
want
saying
you
you can
are
say it about any Juventus player.
yesterday. By the way, go to the clips channel, NUFC Talk TV clips, and you'll see a clip of this old man defending and wanting Calvin Phillips, talking about he can play because he didn't forget to play football the way he did back in Leeds. But you don't. So there you go. I got you on the lie because you want to take
No,
a.
you haven't got us on the line at all.
You got a City reject, but you wouldn't take a Juventus reject. And a West Ham reject, by the way.
And in England, success. And a Leeds, very much success when Leeds were in the Prem.
Oh, this kid's play well in Juventus. Well, let's look at the injuries right here. This is the most important thing. Last season, shoulder injury and an unknown injury. He's missed about 18 days. Not bad. Not bad at all. But it looks like every season he's got an injury. But he doesn't miss much, though, only like 15 days, which is usual. The biggest one in 21-22, metatarsal fracture, obviously 87 days. But not really.
Injuries injuries like that, short, sharp injuries, that can be a sign that you've got an excellent player because he's competent and he's going in
Yeah.
for tackles and he's doing stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Anybody has any positive things or negative?
Well,
I saw him against Iran.
Like I say, did he play for Leeds, in the relegation season?
Well, look at all those titles he's won.
Let me have a look here. Let me check
right
my
there.
Yeah, 22, 23. He played for him.
He's got 2 Italian Cups, which is the FA Cup. He got 1 Italian Super Cup, and he's got 2. Well, CONCACAF. Well, whatever. I mean, that's not something to brag about. But he's got Footballer of the Year. Where? Maybe in the U.S. somewhere. But I mean, I'm not gonna just knock it off. He's in that. I'm just saying for squad depth, he could be great. But I'm surprised nobody's mentioned in the chat. It looks like I'm showing some American heartstrings being pulled here. But I mean, yeah, I just think in Benjamin Maven saying right there, what if we bring him in and he's absolutely fire? What if this team gets what if this is the team he gets fantastic? Well, Benjamin's another American lad, so we would say that. But I mean, look, man, I don't think that we have the depth.
We sell Willock and Longstaff.
I guarantee it could happen.
We don't need to buy him unless we sell Willock or Longstaff.
It depends on how much too, though. So we'll have to see. All right. So moving on.
Remember, we haven't got Europe this season, so we don't need that squad that we needed.
Well, but you got Carabao Cup and you got FA Cup, so you're going to be playing midweek all the time.
That's a couple of games.
Okay, look at the screen right now. So apparently, is this the true thing? Is that what the shirt is going to look like? Is that the real?
Nobody knows nobody knows.
No one knows.
Who's infiltrated this video out there, which it does look kind of real, but
I know the guy. Yeah, he's a Lebanese lad as well.
Yeah.
Well, the shop has opened, hasn't it, to this week? The Adidas shop, the temporary shop has opened.
Yeah, well, no shirts, obviously, but you can get caps. You can get
with no shirts on display. You can buy teddy bears.
No, not yet.
They've got the new era baseball caps. Which
you can buy baseball caps. You can buy all that stuff. You can buy. Yeah. Well, the cool thing is that they brought back the NUFC. The NUFC. I mean, it's kind of you know what I'm talking about, like cramped up. So that's cool. But well, I mean, what if the shirt looks like this though? That doesn't look bad. That's proper.
Yeah, it looks good enough.
Apparently, one of the
you can guarantee if Adidas are doing it, it'll be quality. It'll be the business.
Oh yeah.
I hope anyway. I'd be very, very surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, guys, since we're talking about the Adidas store, right? Since we're talking about the Adidas store, in the pictures for the promo, right? I just want to say that even from Castore until now, I've hated those random T-shirts where they just take a random plain T-shirt and they just like stick on a small Newcastle crest on it and sell as a Newcastle T-shirt, which I think is terrible. I think can't anyone figure out like a better design for a T-shirt? I mean, if you go through the pictures of the the opening of the store, you can see it. They got like plain gray T-shirts, and they just like plaster on just like a small Newcastle crest on the left on the chest, right? And then it suddenly becomes a Newcastle shirt. I think it looks terrible. I mean, I printed my own damn shirt, man. It looked pretty nice.
Yeah. The club has control of the shop themselves now. It's nothing to do with Adidas or Castore. They run their own shop. So all the money's going into the club now. Where before, with Castore, they actually ran the shop. So that any money that was made by the shop was theirs. The club just got their fee every year. Right? Now, the club is actually going to make every penny that comes out the shop.
Hey,
so that's the difference.
Well, that's what they're paying Adidas.
Yeah, they'll pay for their but that's just for the shirts. Everything else is owned by the club, though. the shirts, anything with Adidas on, that is what Adidas get a share of before the club then get their bit.
All right. I like this this comment by D Cat. Welcome, by the way. First time I'm seeing you, so hopefully you become a regular watcher, and thank you for watching this time. Says I just checked McKennie's foot mob, which is what the Mighty Win is in love with. That website. He was one of the top 4 midfielders in Serie last season, leaving over contract amount. We won't sign him. He'll sign elsewhere and be a top quality bugger. I'm just saying, man, we need squad. We need length, ladies and gentlemen. And you're talking about 7 midfielders like that. Like we got Bruno and Rodri and a bunch of Hall of Famers, man. No, we got Longstaff, who's been criticized all season by you specifically.
Longstaff's not going to get a game.
Well, we who knows? I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Let me tell you that. All right, so let's move on, mates, with the last one, which is the quiz of the day. Quiz time, Mighty Win. You were at the quiz today. Did you win anything?
We did. We won the quiz.
Yeah, you won something? Okay, well, that's good. Is my internet messing up? Because I'm losing everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Well, somebody's internet is messing up because I've lost signal a few times now.
Well,
I can see it's Roy that's gone.
Well, the one good thing about Steven is he is consistently blurry. Steven is consistently blurry all show long. So that's there's no loading. There's no spinning with Steve. He is just on 320 the whole show. I love it. But we got a question for all of you at the end of every show. Now we're gotten accustomed to. We have a fun fact, and the question is: who was born on this day in 1986? Ex-player, 1986.
I've done some homework, like I do before the quiz.
Well, just tell me. You tell me you're a player, and then we'll see.
Should I tell you what he's called or what Joe Kinnear called him?
No. You just tell me who you think the person is.
Charlie Nzogbia.
All right, that's Roy. Is what the hell is Roy doing? Okay, so 1986. Dom.
To be honest, I'm not really sure. But then when Win talked about Nzogbia, I was like, I remember when Nzogbia came in, he was like a kid, wasn't he? Right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he was with Kinnear, he would be.
Yeah, but no, I can't. I don't remember the birthday. Yeah, so
Okay,
I'm lost.
Steven, you know anybody?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Well, Mighty Win was right. Ex-player Charles Nzogbia. Well, tell me what fun fact you got about him.
Fun fact. Well, scoring against the Mackhams is enough for me.
Well, I know, but you were going to say something about it.
I'm trying to remember what Joe Kinnear called him, because Joe Kinnear was worse at surnames than you are. What was he called him again?
Nzogbia. Well, I'm good with these names, but not some of the.
Somebody in the chat help me out? What did Joe Kinnear called Charles Nzogbia? It wasn't No Korea. It was
Charles Insomnia.
Insomnia. That was it. Aye.
Insomnia.
Charles Insomnia.
Insomnia.
Jordy Jack. Welcome, Jordy Jack. By the way, nice seeing you back, mate. Hopefully you watch this, brother. Jordy Jack says Charles Insomnia, and also Ronald Wood. It's Insomnia. Kenzie said Insomnia. Yeah, everybody was saying that. Andrew Bell said T said no. C says was not born. Yeah, but yeah, man. So that's good though, Mighty Win.
You just had a punani break.
Insomnia and Johan Kebab. Remember Johan Kebab as well.
Johan
Johan
Kebab. aye.
Kebab, yeah. And I can't remember who's the third.
No,
Johan
but it was
Kebab
pretty
and
sad because
Charlie Insomnia.
but
Apparently,
Nzogbia
that's
was
one of the
supposed to be a
reasons.
wonder kid, man. Nzogbia was supposed to be a revelation, a wonder kid with us, but he never reached that. I mean, we had a bunch of so-called wonder kids, man, over the years.
You
But
know, you
they,
know who I think who ruined him was Big Sam. Started playing him right back, left back,
Yeah.
and then Milner sometimes right back, sometimes left back as well.
Yeah, he had him all over the shop. I
Yeah,
thought
Alright.
he was
crackers, man.
a forward myself, but anyway.
Yeah. For me, it would have been left winger. where Gordon
Andy's
played.
saying there he scored versus Borough with his weak foot from
Yeah,
20 yards.
Fox is saying Nzobia retired
Oh.
early. Career went downhill after leaving us. Who's
Where did he
Johannes?
go? He went to Spurs, didn't he? He went to
Johannes
Spurs.
Spurs,
Went to
by the
Wigan,
way,
I
linked.
think, didn't he?
Hey, Kenny, Johannes Spurs linked as a DOF for the Toon, man. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyways, folks, we got to call it off. We got to call it off because me and the Mighty Win have to go record the Undisputed podcast coming out tomorrow at probably midday or maybe earlier. So stay tuned,
Yeah.
maybe 11 a.m. or whatever in the UK. Too early in the US, but obviously it's a video form. It will be streamed, so you can watch it live or just obviously on the replay. And we're going to be talking about
Bonani.
not that.
That's what I
We're
thought.
not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about, and I'm going to leave you with this. First of all, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to all the super chatters and the donators, the donations out there. Andrew Bell for giving a membership away, being a member for a month, as well as we got a lot of comments, man, that I would like to go through. But
Well, by the way, Andy Bell's just saying there when Charlie Insomnia went to Wigan, he won the FA Cup with Wigan when they beat Man City.
And they had Abba Martins, didn't they, as well?
Yeah. Anyways, but AG donating £5.
Yeah.
Mighty
This is
Man
big.
giving a membership
This is
away.
big.
Man.
We'll have to go by the Ian Fleming £5. Queen of Heart £5. Thank you so much.
Oh,
You know what? We go. Listen, we got all night to record, man. But let's get with these comments real quick. Kenny says Iceland. I thought it was Dan Byrne. Oh, talking about Alfred. Yeah, Alfred looking sharp, man. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get him back on. Beer biking. I love Iceland. 20 chicken strips for £5. Yeah, man. I wonder what Iceland.
That must be the only thing that is cheap in Iceland because everything else is through the roof.
He meant Iceland, the supermarket.
Oh, right. Sorry,
that's
man.
what he meant. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Benjamin Maven, that's
we've got one in
fantastic.
Chester
500.
Street.
That's fantastic. 500 Toon fans in Iceland. That is pretty remarkable. What is it? 500 Toon fans in Iceland. That's unbelievable. Maka fans have short-term memories. They'll remember him for his mistake rather than all those years he never let us down. Yeah, pretty
that was when
shameful.
we're talking about Dummett.
Wish him the best. Yeah, I know. Let me see. Let me glance over. George Eaton says, Maka, you said it perfectly. Andrew Bale, Dummett, although limited, was unfortunate that never really showed us his best over a long period due to bad luck and injuries. AG Castore going also is like the end of the Ashley era finally. Yep, that is true. Jam Stasher served the club well. Time passes for everyone, but the business of football goes on. Stephen Field, we need a bench like Man United, so these players need to move on. But thanks for your service. Hey, Dom, is this Malaysian? The name?
Which one? Give me a second. Give us a second.
No,
give us a second.
Looks Thai.
Oh, it might be.
Oh no, I can't. I didn't see any. Wait.
It's right there, man.
On the comment.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. No, I mean, it's just a name, but I don't see any Malaysian names, anyways.
But the writing though, the script.
Yeah.
Give us a second.
Looks Thai to me. That
he's not even looking at it. He's lying to us on national television. Can
you say the name on that chat?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out so I know what to call my friend here. If you understand, obviously, I was just wondering. Man, how hard is it to look at the screen?
No. Wait, hold on. Give us a second. It's okay. Sorry.
You
No,
got it?
that's Thai. It looks Thai, man. The
Oh,
name
okay.
looks like from Thailand.
Do you know how,
Okay.
It looks
do you know
Thai.
how you would pronounce that?
No, man, he's not Taiwanese. He's not Taiwanese.
No,
Yeah, I know
I
what it
don't.
is.
I don't speak Thai. Yeah, but it
Come
looks Thai
on,
to
man.
me.
Yeah. Sorry, man, for making you close all your Pornhub tabs.
Yeah, sorry. It took a minute.
Lewis Hall saying, "Are we after McKinney?" Like, well, I mean, not necessarily
Yeah.
saying we are, but there's a report on it. Matt Thompson, it was 1-0. It was 1-0 against Bournemouth. I think that the Ritchie goal. Yeah, they might have been Bournemouth
Yeah.
then. Barnes scored against Luton. Yeah. Mad Mag,
Oh, Barnes got
hope
a
not
few.
Lewis. He was woeful at Leeds, overhyped, and didn't perform in his time there. Very sluggish. Kenny says, I read Gillespie staying for another season. Yeah, he got a contract.
Yeah,
He got a
he is.
contract.
Yeah.
So Queen of Heart, those who left today gave great service, but it's the right time for all. Foxy,
Time to say goodbye.
Olympiacos, aka Nottingham Forest B team. Oh wow. I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, it's
Well, you
one of
can
those
reckon
stories.
I bet there's a few Olympiacos players end up at Forest.
Yeah. Kevin Pryor says Bruno has put out a statement or a tweet that he's staying. I don't know. We talked about that, but I have no idea. Hales Zazar, concerning Bruno, I can't see him leaving for money. There's only one thing more important than money: legendary status. Remember what he said last year. He wants to become a Toon legend. George says Bruno tweeted he's not going anywhere. Queen of Heart, who intrigues
I've not
you
seen
in
that tweet.
particular now? Who makes you say Newcastle bound? No limits on finances. Just curious now. Season has finished and we have time before new season begins. Well, as far as like, as far as like a new, like a big name
We'll be
maybe
having a
coming.
whole new show on that, Queenie.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to do that. Benjamin Maven, Chris, you're building a proper empire on here, son. I love these international boys. What a community this is turning into. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that. And Hills Zazar ordered one of your lovely T-shirts last night. Looking forward to wearing it on my holes. Is that how you say it, holes?
Holes.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, brother. Lewis Adams, Kual needs a loan move to a League 1 or 2 team, just like Anderson was.
Yeah. No, I think he needs to go to Amsterdam,
Yeah.
Belgium or Holland.
George Eaton, Chris, how was Memorial Day? Well, I mean, it was good, other than no electricity and internet. So I guess that's good. But there we go. Lee Leyland, I love to see us buy Leaf Davis.
Yep.
Is that his name? Is a
New
backup
one on me.
or competition to Lewis Hall?
He
18
came
assists.
online and talked about how much he would love to play for Newcastle. I mean, he's a Newcastle lad, so he came online and I think in an interview he said he would love to play for Newcastle one day, and
Yeah,
he's doing pretty decently.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think so. He was not on our radar until he gave that interview. So I don't see it.
All right. Then we got Predator saying best thing we could do is sell him to a Saudi club. Cool. Well, they might. Hey, why not? Might be
He's not good enough.
young. Nah, man. Stop playing, man. Stop acting like you guys are. Come on. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it.
He's not good enough. He needs to develop.
Man,
Well, I tell you what, Leif Davis was almost ever present for Ipswich last season. Promotion.
yeah.
Yep.
Won 3 games.
Queen of Heart, has Eddie Howe learned from the season just finished that rotation is key? You don't just rotate on first and second. You bring new academy players in and let them grow their confidence. Life Goal says Ashworth insisted on giving Target 100K per week, but he also had nothing to do with Isak, Botman, or Pope, and said Tonali didn't bet. He chose Kuo's loans, but didn't rate Minte or Adidas, who wanted Castore. Is that right? Oh, wow. But anyways, there we go. So thank you so much to Ian. Thank you so much to Queen of Heart again for donating. Appreciate that. Anyways, it's been amazing. Tomorrow, check out earlier in the day the Undisputed Show. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna leave it with this. No more discussions. No more talks about this until you come and watch the Undisputed Show tomorrow, 11 a.m. or midday. It's coming out, the podcast. We're gonna talk about Marcus Rashford. would you take him in Newcastle United squad? Comment on that podcast tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.